Hello Scorpio, welcome to your 2026 Wheel of the Year reading. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Michelle. This is Gypsy Insights Tarot, and thank you all for your support throughout the year. Couldn't do it without you, Scorpio, so thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for all of your likes, your shares, your subscribes, your hypes, and especially your comments, guys. Love to read those. I'll be pulling out quite a few cards here, so bear with me while I do that. I've made a head start here, so I'm not taking up too much of your time, but let's get some of these cards down. Thank you so much again. I hope that you are having a lovely holiday season. Scorpio, let's get these cards down. And then I'll be pulling out the tarot, and I'll be pulling out some oracle cards as well, and some cards towards the end of the reading as well for confirmation. So lots to talk about here, Scorpio, and this is for Scorpio Sun and Scorpio Rising. So be sure to check out both your Sun and your Rising placements here on the channel for these yearly prediction spreads. Let's have a look here, guys. Scorpio, I've already meditated on these cards, so just a few more shuffles and we'll get started. Scorpio, general energies for Scorpio, please, for the year 2026. All right. And as I'm putting down these cards, guys, just a gentle reminder that my Etsy store is open for business when it comes to personal readings. So if you'd like one for yourself or for a loved one, I'd love to be able to read for you, so check that out. My links are down below, or you can just Google me, Gypsy Insights Tarot on Etsy. Let's get started with some oracle cards, and what I want to find out first is general energies for the year for Scorpio Sun, Scorpio Rising, please. What are the general energies? Okay, I'm going to take both of those. They want to come out together. We've got crystal healing, and we also have psychometry. Sensitivity. Okay. Interesting. You know, when we're healing, I find that that's when we're often the most sensitive. I know I am. Everything that can cause like a light reaction, you know, let's say you're trying to recover from an illness or an injury of some kind, you know, light. There could be light sensitivity. You could be sensitive to loud noises. It feels like that, guys. Psychometry. Let's talk about it. The energy around this for my Scorpios is that your sensitivity could be, as I said, increasing at this time. You may find that people are annoying you more than perhaps they normally do. You may find that something that you once took pleasure in or were excited about is just becoming something that is annoying or frustrating, or it no longer appeals. And you could be at this particular time in 2026 leaving behind some people or some pastimes as you walk your path forward. You might find that in busy places like shopping malls, nightclubs, pubs, you may feel quite drained, or you may feel that people's energies are just too much for you at this time. You know, as your sensitivity heightens, your body also may no longer tolerate some foods like processed food, sugar, maybe even alcohol, guys, or caffeinated or carbonated sugary drinks. But it's not that life is going to become boring, no, it won't. It's just that your tastes are changing at this time, Scorpio. You're becoming more accustomed to a new, different approach to life, and your old desires are melting away naturally as you adopt a more healthy lifestyle, making you feel even better. So you're not leaving behind anything that's good for you. You're leaving behind the bad things, even though they may have appealed at one point. You're coming down off that sugar high here, Scorpio. So there's an energy around this of benefiting from complementary healing with this crystal's energy. Use environmentally friendly products instead of harsh chemicals. You may be drawn to eliminate dairy products, or even adopt a vegetarian or vegan diet at this time. Won't be for everyone, of course, but for some of you, yeah. Scorpio, when it comes to the energy for you for 2026, let's take a look. Let's see what Ganesha has to say here about Scorpio. Energy around Scorpio. Achievement, lovely, love it. And I'm also going to get a card for your work or your business, your finances, all that good stuff. So let me grab those. And let's see what Spirit has to say. Messages for Scorpio when it comes to their career, business, finance, goals, prosperity. Oh. The King. This is the Sun card. It's attached to the energy of the Sun. Now the King, of course, is not gender specific, so it doesn't matter if you're male or female here. It's about power. It's about leading. It's a very regal energy. We've got this lion here, so some of you could have Leo in your chart, but you don't have to. It's a power. It's a passion. It's a very courageous energy. It's having heart. It's about being the sovereign of your world, of your realm, taking responsibility for that. There's a benevolence here, not causing harm. There's an energy of creativity, being innovative, making positive decisions, being quite direct, people being inspired by your energy, having a vision, a goal for the future, and being respected. Love that. So achievement, yeah. Scorpio, looks like you're achieving quite a bit here, and as a result you may have quite a few admirers around you. Ooh, hello. I am picking that up. Now we've got the card of achievement, and if you reduce this card it's number 42, so if you reduce it it's 6. So that's a lovely card of harmony, success, and achievement is about being surrounded by positive things, prosperity, luxury. Oh, hello, Scorpio. Quality. It may not be quantity. I feel it's more about surrounding yourself with quality people and making sure that they're not, you're not dumpster diving here, guys. Let's not do that. No, this is about prestige, sophistication. It's about value. It's about elegance. Yeah. Now, Ganesha, he had 2 wives, and they were success and prosperity. So the symbolism of these 2 women on these cards is that success and prosperity are guaranteed to be always by your side if you walk the path. Now, what does walking the path mean? Well, the search for material goals usually doesn't lead us to achievement of spiritual goals. So Ganesha wants you to actively develop your spirituality and consciously work with the divine to experience a positive flow-on effect in all areas of your life here. Scorpio, stay connected to your spiritual nature, having a calm, serene mind, developing and accepting perception of yourself. Not seeing yourself as higher or lower than others. This attitude will help you keep your heart chakra open to all people, to all things, and to spiritual matters. There's a high level of self-mastery here, coupled with high morals, and this will increase the likelihood of enjoying material success. There's a dynamic, fulfilling spiritual life ahead of you, Scorpio, and this success will become, for you, something that you will lead others towards. Yeah? This King energy is a leader. I feel you being very inspirational. You could be starting a business in spirituality, something that you have achieved victory over anything that was a lower vibration in the past, an addiction, something like that I'm picking up for a few of my Scorpios. You could be leading others towards victory where you have gained victory in the recent past. It feels like more and more people will jump on the bandwagon here. At the moment, this is considered more of an eccentric energy, a unique vision, but I feel that more and more people over the coming year will find this spirituality and the goal of spirituality, leaving behind the ego, leaving behind the quest for material things. People will find that more normal as time moves on here. Yeah. There's a humanity here, there's a kinship. And this is success. This is success. It's like a brotherhood or a sisterhood that's governed by love. Yeah, you know how there's a certain portion of people out there, and it's prevalent on the internet, guys. I see these videos pop up all the time of people that are the brotherhood or the sisterhood is very against humanity. It's like pitting people against people. This is not that. This is the opposite of that. This is leading people to love each other. Male, female, trans, however you designate yourself, whatever title you give yourself. There's inclusion here, not exclusion. And this sensitivity is being sensitive to people around you. There's empathy here. Okay. And this is going to be the path for success and abundance for you, Scorpio. Now, in January, we do have temperance, and I feel that energy right here. There's a divine energy. I did pick up this number of 6 being harmony and finding success with harmony. It's not finding success by stirring the pot. It's not finding success by creating anger. It's not stirring up anger in others. This is peace. There's so much hate out there, especially on social media, hate against people. This is inclusion. This is perfect harmony. This is a very divine energy. We've got the manta ray. And that's going to bring in abundance for you. And with the Fool energy, yes, it's very much a light-hearted. And this dog here, I feel like that's an energy of followers. People who are willing to follow you down this path. People who want to be in this energy. People who don't want to dwell in this energy of hate. People who want to follow you on your adventures. They want to see you succeed. You want to see them succeed. It's very much an inclusion, very much a brotherhood or sisterhood or just a grouphood here of joy, of happiness. Very divine energy, and you're stepping into the year with that sense. And I, for one, am loving it, Scorpio. Now, as we move on in February, we've got the Bear, which is Queen of Pentacles energy. So yes, this is very much the Earth Mother, protecting the Earth. For some of you here, you may be focused on environmental things this year. I did get very strong naturalism, like veganism. There's a strong energy here of being protected. When it comes to your home with the Four of Wands, I get making sure that your home is free of drama, free of clutter, somewhere where there is truly a sanctuary, an energy of coming home and feeling protected, growing things around you. For some of you could be starting a garden, or you could be pouring a little bit of money into your home in order to make it your sanctuary. For some, you could be doing some redesign, making sure that you're ridding yourself of, when it comes to what you're sensitive of, like if you're somewhere where it's noisy, you could be sensitive to those noises, so you're putting in some noise cancelling, insulation or something like that. Or for some, you could even be moving. If you're sensitive to light, you may be putting in some blinds or something there that eradicates what you're sensitive to. So you're doing some things around the home which is protecting your stillness, protecting your energy. Lovely. Queen of Pentacles is a very prosperous energy as well, so it seems like you're working hard, you have the money to do this. A sense of stillness around the home. It's really finding yourself like in a cuddly blanket. I'm kind of seeing that around you here, being in a cuddly blanket, making some soup, making comfort food, whatever that comfort food is for you. You know, for a lot of my viewers, you are in the Northern Hemisphere, and while I'm sweating here in summer, you're going through some pretty harsh temperatures. The tundra is a stark, severe landscape, and it's usually bereft of most plant and animal life. The soil could be frozen right now. It could be impossible to plant trees or plant a garden where you are, but you could be planning a move to somewhere where there is more fertile ground. It's a cold and dark kind of energy, but in that womb-like energy, you can find stillness. You can find safety. You could be taking a step back from a situation, taking a step back from a relationship, slowing down, breathing, being still, going within, listening to your inner voice, taking time to connect with your own spirit guides, your ancestors, listening to your higher self. It's not a good time to start something grand in February. There's an energy here of waiting, incubating, fixing things that need fixing around the home, healing things that need healing within yourself and relationships, thinking things through, forgiving yourself and others if that's something that you need to do. And if things seem a bit barren or bleak, wait, because things will change. Things will thaw out. So there's an energy of grounding, finding yourself at home in February. Now in March, Scorpio, we've got the, oh God, how do you say that? Hoatzin? Hoatz or Zin. Hoatzin? Some kind of bird here, and it's symbolized by the lovers, so they probably mate for life. Love in all forms, commitment, choices, illumination, and the Five of Pentacles in reverse. So for some, you could be taking a break from relationships in February so that you can make the right call or make the right choice around March. Illumination is all about seeing, the fog lifting. You may be a bit fogged in here, not seeing things clearly. You may be a little I don't want to say overly sensitive, because that's not the right terminology, but people around you may not understand at the moment that you need some time, and that they need to be patient for you to make decisions. Yeah. For some, you could be choosing to make a commitment. I'm seeing this ring, this gold ring in this person's palm. So for some of you, there could be a choice whether or not to commit to a lover and have them be a life partner. Choice. Yeah. For some, you may have been in separation for a little while. For some of you, you may have been enjoying your singlehood. For some of you, you may have been traveling over the holidays, enjoying yourself, and then getting back home in February, thinking about love in all its forms and what it means to you. What it means to you. This is about coming back in from the cold, feeling warmth, home and hearth, finding the place that you love. For some of you where you've been wondering, well, should I move or should I not? You may be finding clarification around March of whether or not you do want to move. Some of you may be finding that, you know what, I'm happy where I'm at. After making some decisions about fixing up where you are, you may actually want to stay there a little bit longer and take advantage of those things that you've fixed. But for others of you, you could be coming to a conclusion about making a major life choice here around committing to something that you love or someone that you love around March. Now, Scorpio, in April, let's see what we have here, guys. Oh, we've got the Ten of Pentacles. Oh, I love these pigs. They look just so happy together, don't they? This is about fulfillment, family, true wealth. Yeah. The world. Oh, I love it. This is finding fulfillment, happiness, your place in the world. Ten of Pentacles is, of course, a safety. There's security here. This ripe peach tells me that there's abundance, that there's pleasure, that there's fun. The peach is actually a symbol of prosperity, wealth, something coming to fruition in Asian culture. So yes, and not to mention peaches just taste good, don't they? So there's an energy here of life is good. Life is good. Yeah. For some of you, you've decided not to, that being single or being alone was perhaps a little bit too much risk, and by being with someone else, it lessens that risk. There's more safety here, like safety net, a secure life, a luxurious lifestyle. Okay, now in May, we've got the King of Cups. Now I feel that this is you, male or female. Not meant to be gender specific, but here is a calmness, there's a clarity here. There's control over emotions and self-compassion. Here's that Queen of Pentacles again. Yeah, this feels like happiness and harmony within your world. I mean, this is being very secure in terms of a very comfortable lifestyle. There's an energy here of fitting in with the octopus. An octopus can fit in anywhere. It can change its color to stand out or blend in. So there's an energy here of blending with someone around you. It could be blending families. And there's a sense here of just calm clarity, like a sense of relief, an understanding of, yes, I've found where I belong. I know now. And it may have been a long voyage to get to here, but boy, it was worth it. For some of you, you could be readying for retirement as well, either you or your significant other. When it comes to June, Scorpio, we've got the Whale. And this is the Judgment card, so there is rising up, there's clarity, there's an awakening, gateway, and the moon. Yeah. Now, this gateway, this portal, may have been obscured with this moon energy. There was something that was a block. I'm picking up a blockage. Something that had to be released, something that had to be achievement, before you could step through and be ready to have all of this kind of safety and security in your world. Something that you had to do, like a rite of passage, some karmic lesson that you had to learn. And there's a sense here of understanding, you having more understanding of why you did something. Some of you may have had to be an individual, being single for a while in order to walk that path, to learn about what you didn't want or what you did want. Now, most of the time life is not really about what you do want, it's learning about what you don't want. And I feel that you've gone through that, Scorpio. You've learned through this point what you don't want. And you're now finding clarity. You're awakening to something that previously was not known to you, was obscured. And that is the achievement here. It's allowing you to heal and to learn and to grow and to move beyond something that you thought you wanted in the past, but now holds no, like you don't want it anymore, whatever that is. Yeah, you don't want it. You want something that is a lot more healthy. Okay, there's a sense of readiness around you, Scorpio. Readying yourself for a healthier life. Now in July we've got the Tassie Devil, the Tasmanian Devil, and this is some conflict around you. There's forgiveness and the Ace of Wands, so things are a little bit fiery around people that perhaps aren't on board with this change. You know, you could receive some pushback here, guys. You know, it's really sad when you're trying to do the best you can, you're trying to better yourself, you're trying to move beyond limitations, you're moving beyond something that you thought you wanted, and you're heading, you're pivoting, you're going towards a more healthier thing, something that's good for you, and you run into this conflict. If people around you are pushing back on you, saying, you know, putting you down, or saying you're weak, or being a bully in some way, guys, it's just that they wish they could be more like you. You're really bossing up here, Scorpio. You are, and there's a lot of power in leading. You know, being the first, being one of the first of your kind. Maybe you're the first of your family to beat some kind of family trauma or family curse, you know, some trauma that happened in the past, something where there's a family pattern, and you're the first to break free of that. There'll be people in your life that, you know, aren't too happy about that, because they want you to be like them. You know, there's secret competition there, guys. So I'm picking up that you're going to be able to get through this with this Ace of Wands because sheer passion. There's power here. Because you're passionate about what you want, you're courageous, because you can take on competition. You're not afraid of conflict here. If there are people that are of different opinions to you, you'll hear them out, but you also want them to hear you out, Scorpio. And you may actually reach some people, because I do get a very inspiring energy around you with that Ace of Wands. Being respected for taking a stance. Forgive those that perhaps don't understand, because you could be starting something here that's it's something brand new. And being a leader, being one of the first to adopt this, there's going to be a little bit of pushback there. People who are used to things being a certain way, people who are used to you being a certain way, they're not going to be too happy. But you know what, when you're an early adopter of something big, there's benefits to it as well as not so great things. The not so great things I just mentioned, but the good things here, Scorpio, is that by being the leader here, you gain respect. There'll be a lot of respect here. In the future, it may not be immediate, but by holding true to your vision, by being innovative, decisive, courageous, and stepping forth here, leading the mission, you're going to achieve respect. Okay. And people are probably afraid to follow you through that portal, but you know what? They need to, and they will. They will. You'll get some people that are very curious, inquisitive about what you're trying to achieve here. And I feel that by engaging in them, by talking about it, talking about your vision, you'll have people jumping on board here in a supportive way. Yeah? Now, when it comes to August, let's take a look. Oh, we've got the Nautilus here. That's a wonderful creature, isn't it? Just take a look at that. Now, the Nautilus is the Ace of Cups, and this is joy, true fulfillment, and divine inspiration. And you know, the Nautilus is an interesting animal because it has this magnificent shell, and it actually moves from compartment to compartment in this shell the bigger it grows. So there is movement here, moving from something that is small, growing to something bigger. So for some of you, yes, this starts small, but gradually becomes something that people really follow. Then again, we've got the card of leadership. Being the leader, not the follower. When it comes to lifestyle choices, having a passion for what you want, I'm getting like starting a movement, which is really interesting. It doesn't have to be that, but I am picking up this very strong energy of starting a movement. This king energy, the sun, this leadership. Gosh, it's really feels like something that you're meant to experience. When we talk about the North Star, and I'm seeing that here, we wish upon a star. There's illumination. Stars symbolize aspiration, illumination, inspiration, imagination. We find back in the day, we used to find our way in the world by navigating by the stars. It's like a kind of compass. So just as the North Star here is a beacon for travelers, you are a beacon for others. So it's time to step into that light, Scorpio, and take your leadership role. You could be starting to teach people about your life, about whatever it is you're an expert on here, really. You could be a steward, a guardian, a healer, a true leader. Own your gifts, come into the light, don't hold back. And the greatest leaders are those who know how to serve and act as stepping stones for others. Now, this is not about being a leader and being a dictator and telling what people to do. No, this is just allowing people to make their own choices and to follow the path that's right for them in order for them to reach their dreams. So if you've been hiding in the background here, Scorpio, it's time to break out and become the light for others. And because of this, it looks like your star will shine quite brightly. There's a lot of achievement here. Scorpio. It's coming from a place of love, passion for what you feel, being really happy with what you're doing, that true fulfillment that many of us never achieve when it comes to our careers. But for you, I see it as definitely something that is achievable and acting as an inspiration for others. Let's have a look at September here, guys. Oh, we've got the cat. This is very independent energy. We've got the Page of Swords. Always landing on your feet. Happiness, joy, the dolphins, and we've got the Chariot. Oh, lovely. So for some of you, you're being led towards somewhere that you'll find a lot of joy around you, meaning I get a physical place. It seems like everything else is really switched on. I get your creativity, your passion is high, your courage is high. Now there's a question of where you want to lay down roots, where you want to be, what you want to be the sovereign of. And for a lot of you, you're choosing a place which is your own, making it your own. This cat energy is following your instincts. And this happiness card, I just see this as when it comes to making choices that will make you happy, you can achieve a green light. Now this is an energy of yes, it's yours if you want it. Wow. It's really interesting because this sensitivity, for some of you, you're making a considered choice to remain independent, and there's joy there, there's happiness there. It's not for everybody, but I am picking that up for some. Having your own space, your own sanctuary, being around people in other places, but your home being your castle. For some, you're sensitive to the fact that marriage is not for you anymore. Again, won't be for everyone, but I am picking that up for some. That doesn't mean that there can't be love, fulfillment, because I see all that. But it's not a question of you making big life choices when it comes to settling down with other people this year. It's more about you finding a sense of fulfillment when it comes to family. I think that true wealth there is around soul tribe, blood relations, finding fulfillment around your happiness with others. It's certainly there, but there's also this having your own space. So it's finding the right balance there, isn't it? Now, not wanting to be lonely, but not willing just to be with anybody. You are quite sensitive, and when it comes to picking the right people around you, you're very sensitive to what you know is not going to work for you, the type of person that's not going to work for you, things like that. So you could be finding someone, but I feel like you're willing to wait. You're willing to wait because you're sensitive to the fact that you like your independence, and not everyone, there's an energy here of being on your own for a while with that cat energy. You're curious about being with someone, you are, but I don't see you like fully stepping into that role just yet. You're curious about it. Now, when it comes to October, you've got the manatee. I used to have a manatee mailbox, guys. I love manatees. I lived in Florida for 26 years, so yeah, I love my manatees. And this is the Five of Cups, so this is loss. But there are better times ahead. There's an energy here of letting go of something that is not for you anymore. There's sadness there. There's sadness in terms of letting go of something that isn't for you anymore, and it may have been something that you wanted for a while. There's a sense of loss. Maybe even for some of you a little bit of embarrassment when it comes to loss as well. Something that was hidden, but there are better times ahead, guys. There's better times ahead. I see this ship navigating the stars. I see this vast universe out here. What is lost, there is so much more to be gained, though. Now, the galaxies are innumerable. We can't even fathom the amount of galaxies there are out there, how many stars there are out there. So if there is a bit of a loss here, just know that there are better times ahead. If there is some embarrassment about someone that was disappointing to you, or something that you did that you thought you wanted, you really hung on tight to the past, you really kind of dug your heels in about something, even though at one point I think you recognized that it wasn't going to work out, or it wasn't going to be for you. It may have been a little bit of stubbornness there, Scorpio, but all of that's coming out in the wash. You're learning from that, and okay, hopefully no one is kind of poking you and saying, well, I told you so. Hopefully they're not doing that. There may be one or two people, but you know what, you have to kind of just walk tall, walk on, and know that there's something better coming for you. Yes, I'm just picking it up as something that you really kind of dug your heels in on. Something that you really, against all odds, you really wanted it to work out, and it just didn't. And I get you kind of able to walk away from this now with a greater understanding. There's a little bit of sensitivity about it. You're still a little sensitive, but you're going to move on from it. You're landing on your feet. You're letting go of embarrassment or regret about something that you thought you wanted. And in November, we've got the Raven, which in this deck is attached to the Magician. And this is sacred alchemy, it's willpower, it's having the ability to manifest love, 10 of Cups, and the Love card. So yeah, whatever you've learned here, whatever you thought you wanted, you're recognizing that it was unhealthy, that it may have been an addiction or an obsession, something like that. But you're now recognizing that it wasn't love, it wasn't anything that was valuable. And now you're willing into your life something that is strong, powerful, and overwhelmingly long-lasting. Yes. Seems like you've been a little bit at war with yourself here, Scorpio, holding on to individualism, holding on to your singlehood, holding on to freedom, personal power, but also wanting true connection. I do see that for you, you're ready to step through this portal that previously was blocked to you. There's a need to not hide from the truth. There's a need to not be overly, I don't want to say overly sensitive, because for some of you, you're sensitive to people who may be saying, look, I knew you were making a mistake, or I knew you shouldn't have done that, or I told you so. Try to forgive those people that are saying that. For some, it could have been something that was you got involved with in a relationship really quickly, but then moved away from. People saying, I told you so. Try to forget or forgive what people are saying to you, because in the end it doesn't matter, because what you're manifesting here is love and commitment. In November, you're stepping away from this disappointing or embarrassing situation. Now in December, we do have the Scorpion here, which is you, Scorpio, the 9 of Wands. Yeah, this is resolve, resilience, getting back on your feet, finding that inner peace and strength, bravery. Yeah, look, whatever happened here, guys, it may have been something that happened really quickly. It may have been something that you did because there was a little bit of loneliness in your life. But just because there's this disappointment, it doesn't mean that what you want is a bad thing, okay? Because it absolutely isn't. Not everyone is like this person that's disappointed you. I get an energy here of so much more, that vast galaxy. There's innumerable opportunities for you, and because this one didn't work out, you're going to walk towards something that is much healthier. This Scorpion energy, this finding this inner peace. There's these 2 carp here, so for some of you it could be with a Leo, or it could even be with a Pisces, but what I'm getting here, Scorpio, is just a sense of just knowing how strong you are, resolving that what you want is peace. Inner resolve, perseverance. We do have the overall energy as the Firefly, and this is the 6 of Wands. So you're gonna be able to have your moment. There is going to be success here and delight, and the Hermit. Yeah. Look, there's much to be gained here, guys. I feel that for you, there's a little bit too much sensitivity when it comes to people at the moment. It's draining. So being on your own is something that I think will bring a sense of joy and delight to you throughout the year. There's some introspection There's something to be gained from being alone at this time. It's not that you can certainly hold your vision. This is holding your vision for the future, wanting to manifest true joy, true happiness by having someone in your life, but not just any old someone. Someone here could disappoint you in the middle of the year, but you know what? You're going to move on. You're going to have your moment of glory. And it happens after this period of introspection, or after this period of being alone but not lonely. Your business, your career looks like it's moving forward. It's going gangbusters here. You're going to lead people by example. There's going to be a lot of achievement there, prosperity, success. There's a healing energy, healing what has caused you great sensitivity this year. And next year I feel is a better time for you to have a relationship, something that's going to be what you actually want. I do get a little bit of a theme going on here, but ultimately I see you having the resolve to have something better, that this is not worthy. It could be someone that's a lot of fun, adventurous, exciting, but ultimately isn't the one. Yeah. I think you're very sensitive to the right person for you, as you should be, Scorpio. Now, let's see. I'm going to pull a card from this deck. Now, keep the Firefly as your overall energy and your spirit animal for the year. The Six of Wands. This is shining your inner light and having your moment of glory. Yeah, a lot of people are going to be attracted to you this year because of that energy, but you're very sensitive to the people that you bring into your life at the moment, because you don't want conflict, you don't want confusion, you're looking for inner peace. And if you can't find that with a person, you'd rather be alone. So Scorpio, what is the message here for you guys? Explore other realms. Yeah, for some of you, you could be looking at other places to live, somewhere that you feel more of a connection with nature. And we also have adapt to a new situation. Yeah, for a lot of you, you are moving or you're adapting to a situation which you feel is one. I'm seeing flamingos here. For some of you, it could be somewhere where there is flamingos, and there's a lot of places in the world where there are flamingos, guys. Lots and lots. They're on a lot of continents. So yeah, adapting to a new situation, listening to your gut, exploring, not settling down with one choice here, but yeah, I just see you focusing on your own security, focusing on your stability within yourself. Your core values and beliefs are important. Your finances are important, your business is important, and all of that seems to be going really well. You're ready to step into this gateway of success, following the path, not being dictated to, not being redirected from your path. There's a real sense of clarity and discernment when it comes to you, Scorpio, and holding firm to what you want. Fine, and being at peace with that, not letting anyone tell you otherwise. I think you know what you know here, and you're moving forward, and you might be a little bit sensitive in terms of people may find you a bit prickly, but it's only because you're standing your ground, Scorpio. Now, when it comes to your last message, let's take a look at that. Final message here for Scorpio, please. For 2026 for Scorpio. Oh, dream catcher. Yeah, dreaming your wisdom. For some of you, you're really focused on a dream. It could be a place where you see yourself long term. For some of you, you could be moving to a place which has previously been something you've only ever dreamed of. And again, we get card of 42, which if you reduce that, it is 6. So balance. The dream catcher. For some of you, you have dream catchers hung up in your home or outside your home. Yeah. This year, I feel that we're being given chances to learn and to dream something that we've always wanted to do. Dream it into being. You have the magician here. This dream catcher is coming to you as the teacher that you need right now. The bells which will be rung, the threads which are woven together to create what is your destiny. There's an energy here of creating your destiny. So at this moment, it could be that you're having prophetic dreams. You could have dreams of your elders or your ancestors speaking with you. They could be working on opening or empowering your solar plexus. There could be some kind of placement of an action that you need to do through your dreams. You could be finding feathers, you could be receiving messages from owls or eagles at this time, or from wise women. Breathing deeply while sleeping is important. Sleeping well with the air being well oxygenated. For some of you, it's about keeping your air clear. Remember, sensitive to light and sound, making sure that you have a quiet, peaceful, sacred space for sleeping. Some of you could be keeping a dream journal at this time. It's certainly about receiving messages, but receiving messages without judging them, and writing them down, ensuring regular, healthful sleep, changing up your bedroom, clearing your sleeping space, clearing space generally, allowing for the movement of air, trusting that you're safe and protected while you sleep, keeping friends close to you that believe in your dreams. You must believe in your dreams most of all. Allowing the past to slip through your fingers, letting that go. Yeah, it feels very much like being protected inside a divine circle, particularly at night. There's real messages coming through here, guys, that could solve real problems in your life. So something about dreams here, but you need to make sure that you get good quality sleep and keep that space around you clear. Okay, don't do the social media. Don't be working right before you go to bed. Keep maybe listen to some nice calming music. Maybe listen to some sounds of the earth. Something like that will allow you to tap into more of that energy that you'll find while you're sleeping. That magical dream space will hold the solutions for you this year. But keep strong, maintain an energy of inner peace, and all will be well for you, Scorpio. I'm going to leave it there and wish you all the very best. If you'd like a personal reading, you can email me. My links are down below, or you can go to my Etsy store. Google me, Gypsy Insights Tarot on Etsy. That's ETSY. Thank you so much for all your likes, your shares, your subscribes. I appreciate each and every one of you. I hope that you have a wonderful holiday season and Happy New Year. Thank you, Scorpio.